Tonight, we report on the reasons behind the closure of Soap Lake schools and how a Washington State Patrol trooper was struck by a car. What's happening in sports, Bob?
In sports, today was media day for the upcoming Super Bowl between the Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos. Stay tuned to find out what Russell Wilson had to say about the big game. I'm hearing about the possibility of snow falling in eastern Washington. Will we see any of the white stuff in the Columbia Basin tonight?
And from the weather department, we'll take a look at what could be a very, very messy start to your Wednesday morning. All the details coming up.
We have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A 16-year-old boy expressed his anger towards his grandmother, students, and the principal of Soap Lake High School, and he was arrested and the schools were closed today. Here is reporter Jeff Chu with the story.
Soap Lake schools Tuesday morning were unusually quiet after the school board closed them because of threats. The board decided in executive session Monday night to shut schools after a student told a counselor last week that he was angry and wanted to hurt students, a principal, and family that made him mad. The Soap Lake police arrested the 16-year-old last Thursday for felony harassment, and he was released on Monday into his parents' custody. That incident led the board to close the schools. School board president Jerry Bissett made the announcement Monday night after the board went into a half-hour executive session with Soap Lake School Superintendent Danny McDonald and high school principal Rick Winters.
The administration is going to cancel school tomorrow, and then we will issue a statement to the press.
Bissett declined to comment further Monday night. Soap Lake Police Chief Glenn Quant said on Tuesday his department was now in discussions with the school district about tightening security at the schools. Lake Police and school district administrators are looking at putting an officer in the schools. The police chief said he was concerned about the student being released without an electronic tracking device to keep law enforcement informed of the teenager's location. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. A Washington State Patrol trooper was struck by a passing motorist in Moses Lake late Monday night and received minor injuries. Trooper Jeremy Weber, a 40-year-old officer from Ritzville, was outside of his patrol car during a vehicle stop near the intersection of West Broadway Avenue and Gumwood Street in Moses Lake at about 10 p.m. Mary Callahan Bartley, a 53-year-old woman from Reno, reportedly struck the trooper with her silver 2003 Ford Taurus while she was driving in the right lane. According to the Washington State Patrol, she allegedly failed to stop after striking the trooper and was later stopped by law enforcement. Weber was checked at the scene for minor injuries and released. Callahan Bartley was arrested for DUI, hit and run, and reckless endangerment. Grant County is still trying to determine the cost to get rid of wood shavings used as livestock bedding at the Grant County Fairgrounds. Fairgrounds manager Jerry Gingrich said he expected to finish a plan to dispose of the shavings before the State Department of Ecology's February 7th deadline. The state set the deadline in a notice of correction issued to the county after a fire started spontaneously in a pile of livestock bedding in October. The fire started in a 150-foot-long pile of wood chips in the southeast corner of the parking lot near the intersection of North Paxson Drive and West Valley Road on October 23rd. Gingrich said they are looking at recycling the shavings, spreading them thinner to avoid fire, or having a company dispose of them.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We'll be right back after this.